Today we're working with our friends at RV World in Ramsey, Minnesota. Hi folks, I'm Nathan with Two Guys in a Ride, and today we are out here in beautiful Ramsey, and we are here with Anthony, and we are at RV World. And today we're going to take a look at what, Anthony?
2021 Gulfstream Ameri-Lite 199DD.
All right, which is the trailer that's right here. So to start with, let's just kind of walk around. And so on the outside, you have a lot of things. For instance, if you're ever going to do anything outside, you have got
110 outlets out here, TV, radio.
Okay, so you can actually have your TV out here.
Correct.
If you want. Okay. All right, and then this is an exhaust port for something.
So this would be your furnace outtake. Right now, there's just an insect screen on there.
Okay.
Keep insects from going in.
All right. And back here you have...
This would be your hot water heater access. So you can pop this bad boy open. If you ever need to repair anything on it, go right here. Also, you can check your plug, because over time that deteriorates because it's an aluminum tank.
Sure, okay. But that's nice, you can just get at it that easily. So, right up above here, you have got, what?
So this is actually access to the back of the refrigerator. You can just pop that off.
Oh, so you can do maintenance on the fridge then.
Correct, and also check in case maybe mice or birds sometimes get in there and build nests.
Very nice. Lots of access to your some of your essential things. Right above us, we've got two speakers.
Two Bluetooth speakers. They're also connected to radio, and there's an auxiliary where you can plug from the inside.
So you can have tunes pumping out the outside. You've also got an orange light outside the door.
Yeah, it's just a little like a door light. When you turn the lights on, it's still going to be orange. It's not going to illuminate very well, but
it'll be less attractive to bugs as well.
Yes, correct.
Now you've also got this awning. How does this come down?
So it's all electric from the inside. There's
from
a
the
control
inside.
Panel.
Okay, and we'll see that in a little bit when we step inside. So this one has, I believe, 14-inch tires on there, and has it's of course single axle.
Correct.
And leaf spring suspension.
Yes.
Okay, so does this have a way to automatically level the load, or do you manually level the load?
So you would actually have to manually load this one.
Okay.
Does have the manual stabilized jacks. They're not levelers or stabilizers.
Okay.
So you put those down, either block, cinder block, or something like that. Use your tongue jack and try to level up the trailer
as best you can. Okay. Now around the back here, the bumper, of course, is a hollow bumper.
Correct.
But what can you do with the inside of it there?
So you can pop this cap off right here, and that's a place you can store your sewer hose, so you don't have to keep it inside the coach or inside your vehicle.
Which would be really nice. It does come with a spare.
Yes.
And up on the top, with that little black box sticking out, what is that?
So that's a plug-and-play system for a Furion backup camera. The camera just mounts in there, and then you got a wireless Bluetooth LCD screen that suction cups to the dash of your vehicle.
Oh, awesome. So you don't have to install anything in your vehicle, just suction cup it right there, and it comes with the monitor.
Yep.
Okay. So we'll come around on this side of it, and here we have some of our connections. So tell us what we have right here.
Yeah, so starting over here, this would be your city water connect. That would be for if you're at a campsite that offers water. You just hook your garden hose up right here, hook it up there, and then you'll have water everywhere you need to have it, sink, shower, all that. This one is your freshwater tank, so you would only fill this one if you didn't have access to direct water.
Okay. And then on the inside, there's a way to switch between the two then?
Correct. So if you were using this, there's a water pump that you would have to turn on to get the water to draw from the freshwater tank. Otherwise, this would just manually do it.
How many gallons is the freshwater tank?
This one is a 30-gallon freshwater tank.
It's a 30-gallon tank, okay. And then what do we have here?
So that's going to be your power cord for this unit. It is 30-amp service. Power cord is just...
it pulls right out. And all the trailers come with the electrical cable.
Correct. They're just not all of them are going to be attached to the unit like this.
Right, but they all come with the cable. Cord. Okay. Now down here you've got a storage area, and you've got doors on both sides.
Sure.
But let's take a look at it for a minute. You got a little clip on the outside here to hold the door open.
Correct.
And you've got the finished off floor. Of course, you've got your jack or your crank for the
manual jacks.
For the jacks. You just mentioned something else that works really well. Instead of using a manual tool.
We suggest to some people they can just use like a wireless impact drill.
Okay.
And it's a lot quicker than
the manual turn. Okay. And wow, that goes a long ways. So that's a lot of storage there, man. Okay, so let's talk about, if you're going to pull this, what kind of tongue weight are we talking about?
So on this one we're at 360 pounds on the hitch.
Okay, so really light.
Yeah, it's a fairly light trailer.
Okay, so don't forget, if you're looking at buying one of these, folks, that you've got to add in that anything you pack into the trailer.
Correct.
That's going to affect the tongue weight, but that is really a minute amount for tongue weight.
And so once we get on the inside too, when we look at the dry weight of this unit, we legally wouldn't sell anything 500 pounds from the tow cap of your vehicle to the dry weight of this unit.
Okay. So if they come down here, you're going to make sure that that's going to pull it correctly. Okay. Awesome. That's good to know. You've got your propane tank right here. And then, of course, you got your battery back here, which runs your awning and stuff. But we also have a little port over here. What is that?
So this right here is a universal plug-in for solar panel. It's usually just one of those little suitcase solar panels, and essentially it's to help charge the battery if you're boondocking or dry camping.
Okay. So I should explain, it's a little hot out here, and we've been out looking at a bunch of different trailers. So I'm not wearing my breakfast. This is just how hot it is today. Anthony just is cooler than me.
I wore dark to hide it.
All right, well, let's step inside. You've got to swing out, right?
Lift up. Yep.
Oh, does it lift up? So you got that, and wow, that's nice. Now, talk about the two locks here. Okay, so one is just a normal door lock. One is a deadbolt.
Correct. And like I mentioned to you guys earlier, what I suggest is because a lot of people will have a universal key that'll only work on the handle, but not for the deadbolt. So if you were to ever have a trailer parked somewhere, I recommend locking the deadbolt, because there's a lot of people that have this universal key where they can unlock the handle.
And so this one is not a universal key.
Correct.
Okay, good to know. So on the inside here, let's start up over here. You've got, looks like a queen size.
This is a RV queen.
And then, of course, right above that, you have got some lighting and a nice storage shelf.
Correct.
And you actually have a window that opens over there and is your emergency exit.
Yeah, so you can just pop this like that, locks into place. This screen pops off in case of emergency.
Okay. And then you've got, over here, you've got some more storage. And I suppose someplace maybe to stick a DVD player or something there.
Either there.
But this is you can have a TV right here.
Correct.
Okay, and so you got your TV connections, you got your outlets, and then of course an RCA cable there. So explain all the switches here that are just to the left of the door as you come in.
Yes, to the left here we have your battery, freshwater, blackwater, gray 1 and 2. It only has one gray, but it's a universal layout, but you can check the strength. Like our battery here is at 2/3 full. All the tanks are going to be empty, but when you're using the unit, you'd be able to see how full they're getting. Over here also, your water heater, turn that on for when you're going to shower. Hot water at the sink. Water pump, so you can draw the water from your freshwater tank. Okay. And then switches to turn all the lights on inside the coach.
Oh, nice.
And then you have a switch for the awning to extend and retract.
Okay. That's okay, so it's nice, it's all right by the door. I mean, it's just really convenient whether you're doing the awning or something else to get right at that switch. Okay, so just in front of the queen bed, you've got 2 benches and a table. You've got some storage underneath. You know, these pull out here.
Correct.
Okay. And then the table is mounted now, but you can unscrew it and take it out.
Yeah, so it actually just pops off both those legs, and there's a little railing under the...
Oh, so the legs stay there?
Well, they pop out of the bracket on the floor as well.
Oh, okay.
But you can release the table from them, throw the legs inside that storage compartment, and then you can actually rest the table on that little bracket and fill in the remaining cushions.
So you're talking about this little bracket right here?
Correct.
So then the backrest here would then lay in the middle and help form the whole bed?
Correct.
Okay. Right behind that, or actually say right above that, you've got your audio system. And that's, again, Bluetooth.
Bluetooth has radio and auxiliary.
And you've got, yeah, HDMI, USB-A, and a 3.5 millimeter jack. Output and input.
Yes, so there's zone 1 and zone 2 on the face of it. Zone 1 will be inside the unit. Zone 2 will be your speakers on the outside.
Okay. You've got an AC unit at the top. You can also see at least one of the speakers in here on the ceiling. So right up above the bench, you've got a thermostat.
Correct.
Okay. And then you've got double bunk beds back there.
Yeah, so for the couples that have the kids and they want to get into camping, you got extra sleeping for the kids in the back of the unit.
All right, and then the kitchen right here. You've got a sink, and you've got 2 burners for the stove. You don't have an oven.
Correct.
But you do have the 2-burner stove plus a fairly good-sized microwave. Okay, and then you've got some nice storage up here in the cupboards. And of course lighting underneath, as well as more outlets down here.
And so that outlet actually is a GFI too, so if another outlet ever goes out, there's a manual reset on there.
For that one.
Yes.
Okay, as would be in any home.
Correct.
Okay, and lots of storage underneath the sink down here. I mean, it's really quite ingenious when they're finding spaces to for storage. Okay, you've got a compact refrigerator, but also a freezer.
Yes, it's 8 cubic feet, and it is gas and 110 power. So you could run it directly off your propane tanks on the unit, or if you're plugged into direct 110, you can.
Okay, so if you want to camp somewhere where there wasn't a plug-in, you could still run.
Or while you're driving, you could run it off propane.
I hadn't thought about that. You've also, of course, got storage in these cabinets up here.
Correct.
So you have this where your fuse box is?
Correct. I like to call it the brain box because you have all your fuses down here, and then your breakers just pops open like that. And then when a fuse does pop on the unit, a light will turn on next to it so that you can identify what fuse has blown.
Very nice. So very easy to know which one to pull. Okay, and then of course directly behind me is the bathroom, which you have a toilet. I'm assuming that little foot piece at the bottom is not a footrest.
That is a foot flush.
That's a foot flush. Okay. And then of course you have a shower, but also a tub. So if you had smaller kids, that would be kind of nice. We don't always see that kind of a tub. So, you know, Anthony, what this is would be like a entry-level camper. So if someone was looking to get into camping, about what price does this camper start at?
Yeah, so we're looking right around that 16,000 price mark usually. Okay.
And I think when you say 16,000, you know, I think you actually have this one priced at $15,999. So when you say 16, don't think, oh, it's going to be 65. Yeah. No, it's actually a little bit less than that.
Also with price increases, with the shortages and all that, prices may vary.
They may vary, of course. Anthony, thank you so much for taking your time with us today to show us this beautiful Ameri-Lite camper and take us on a tour of it. We sure appreciate it.
No problem.
Thanks for watching.